People always ask me, what does that feel like? When somebody you've never met runs up and asks you for a picture. How does it feel having people recognize you all around the world? I usually respond by just saying it feels like I have a lot of friends, and it does, but that's just my short answer. Here's what I would actually want to tell them. Over the past 5 years of my life, I've become completely obsessed with numbers. Whether that's views, subscribers, likes, comments, followers, shares, impressions, profile visits, all of that. So it's refreshing to have even just one person come up to me in real life.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck?
But I just can't help but think back to when I was only a kid in my backyard and wonder, how did I get here so quickly? This is what I used to dream about. Well, the reality of it is that it wasn't quick. It's always been a pretty slow and steady grind, but if I could go back in time 10 years with the knowledge I have right now, I wouldn't change a thing. You see, nowadays with social media, it seems like so many people try to be something they're not. Some people put up a front about the life they're living now, and others lie about the way that they were brought up to make it seem like they went through more of a struggle than they actually did. Everybody wants some rags to riches story that stemmed from their high school teacher telling them they never be shit in life, but I just feel like more people need to start telling their story. We all have one, and they're all different. I just think that's so sick. And if there's one story that I know best, it's how I chased my dream of becoming a full-time YouTuber and turned it into reality. I was always a pretty athletic kid. Judging by skill alone, my parents probably thought I was going to grow up and play for some type of college, but the thing I lacked was discipline. I would throw fits and beg my mom to let me skip practice because I just didn't want to be there. The thought of showing up every day to do the same thing over and over was draining. That's just part of life though, right? Wake up every day and do things you don't really want to be doing? No, that sounds fucking horrible. Who wants to live a life where the most exciting part of your day is going home and sleeping, hating your job and not wanting to get out of bed in the morning? But hold up. I was just a kid who didn't want to go to football practice, but that mindset always stuck with me. Skateboarding had always been a part of my life since a very young age, but it would kind of get boring at times. Unlike the other sports where I had a team full of friends, this one was just me. But I kind of liked that. It was just me. I didn't have to show up at a set time and wait for a coach to tell me where to go. I didn't have to listen to anyone. I could ride my skateboard anywhere at any time. I mean, until my mom said it was time to come home. I was on the internet at a really young age, probably a little too young. I had a Facebook account at 8 years old, and I would spend a lot of my time scrolling through meme pages. But the website that really caught my attention was YouTube. There were so many different types of content and so many people recording themselves and posting it to the platform. I wanted to be a part of that. I took my mom's camera and started filming little videos. I didn't know how to edit, so all these videos were uploaded straight from the camera, but it was just crazy to see myself on YouTube.
And please, don't leave a comment calling me a poser.
I was there to witness the first wave of YouTube skaters rise to the top. They heavily influenced me, and I started taking my videos a little more seriously. I was no longer playing any sports, so I had a lot of time to focus on YouTube. I wasn't making any money from it, but I still wanted to grow my channel. One big mistake I made during the process was self-promoting in other people's comment sections. I didn't realize it at the time, but using the comments underneath somebody else's video to try steering them towards yours is very annoying. I needed a different way to get my foot in the door, so for a while I would send my skate clips to other channels for them to use in return for a shout out. This actually helped me get my channel to around 500 subscribers. Shortly after that milestone, the biggest channel in skateboarding saw one of my videos and asked if they could use my idea. I told them it was cool as long as they used some of my clips in their video, and they agreed. After their video went up, my subscriber count doubled and I passed the 1,000 mark. I thought to myself, this is it. My channel's blowing up. I'm gonna be filming with the big dogs soon. But as you probably guessed, the numbers slowed down and it went back to slow and steady.
And I'm going to start trying to make my vlogs 7 to 10 minutes because anything under 7 seems kind of short and anything over 10 minutes could get kind of boring. But just in the end, I just want it to be entertaining for you guys.
I was fully dedicated to this dream of becoming a YouTuber. It was the only thing I wanted to do. There was times I even ditched school just to go film at the skate park. Eventually, I convinced my mom to let me leave my high school and start doing classes online. But only because I was behind on some credits. I didn't tell her the real reason, but you guys know where my head was at.
I use my grandma's computer to edit and she doesn't let me on every day. I'm getting one from the online school I'm doing. That's what I'm going to use for now.
I ended up failing online school. I probably only logged into class 3, maybe 4 times. I eventually just went back to public school. But somewhere in between, I came up with an idea to make funny parody videos about other creators in hopes that they would watch it and maybe share it to their fans. The plan worked and became a popular series on my channel, but it got to a point where I felt like if I keep making these parodies, that's all anybody's going to want to see from me. I didn't want to just use other people's faces to grow my channel. I needed to make a name for myself. I continued to grind out videos for the next couple years, but by the time I reached 19,000 subscribers, I was already a senior in high school. I was about to become an adult and I needed to start supporting myself. My YouTube channel was barely pulling in like $100 a month and I couldn't just keep asking my parents for money, so I did what anybody would do and I got a job at McDonald's. After working for just a few months, I was convinced that I was done with YouTube. It's not that I didn't want to post anymore, I just didn't have time. I had no idea what I even wanted to do with my life anymore. I was positive I was going to end up working some job I hate for the rest of my life. I always had this vision of YouTube becoming my job, but only making $100 a month after doing it for that many years, the odds clearly weren't in my favor. Summer 2019, I started dating this girl who I no longer talk to, so we're just gonna call her Sophie. I had just graduated high school and Sophie and I were having a conversation about our futures. This was the first time I ever opened up to her about YouTube. I started showing her my channel and explaining the potential it held. She saw just how passionate I was about these videos and told me I should get back into it, so I came up with a plan. I applied for a part-time job at a skate shop, and before even securing it, I quit McDonald's. Since I would only be working part-time and no longer had school, I was about to start going hard on YouTube. If I could make at least just $500 a month while still getting a little bit from the skate shop, I'd have enough money to at least get by every month. That was my goal, and within the first month, I worked my ass off and made $700 from my YouTube channel. This was fucking crazy to me. Like, my plan was unfolding exactly how I wanted it to, and every month the numbers just kept going up little by little. But there was one problem. You see, like I mentioned earlier, I was dating this girl, and don't get me wrong, she supported the whole YouTube thing, but she just didn't have the same vision as me. She wanted to eat at nice restaurants and travel the world with her boyfriend, but I wasn't making a lot of money, and the money I was making was going back into my videos. The skate shop I was working at closed down in the beginning of 2020, meaning I was left without a job. But I saw this as an opportunity to potentially go full-time with YouTube and give it 100%. But Sophie insisted that it wasn't going to be enough money and I needed another job. So I spent the next couple weeks applying to a handful of jobs, and when none of them hired me, I took it as a sign that I needed to go full-time with YouTube. But Sophie wanted me to go to college. I ended up going with her to Ventura College, but after just 2 days, I had to drop out. I'm not against college. I actually think education is very important if it's going to help you build a career that you want. I was only there to make other people happy. I needed to stop living for somebody else and take advantage of this opportunity to turn my dream into reality. Later that year, I hit my dream goal of 100,000 subscribers, started my own clothing brand, and was beginning to live a life that I always dreamed about. I've met so many amazing people on this journey, learned so many lessons, and made countless memories that I get to watch back forever. I fucking love what I do, bro, with all my heart, and I'm gonna keep striving to improve my content over the years. I'm gonna continue to fail and learn from my mistakes. And if there's one thing I know for sure, I'm never giving up, because this story is far from over, bro. I just want to say thank you, genuinely, to everybody who supported me in any way over the years. I know it sounds cheesy as fuck, and I say it all the time, but none of this shit would be possible without all of you guys. You guys are the ones who have made this shit happen, and anybody out there who looks up to me in any way, I promise you, you and I, we're no different, bro. Chase your dreams. If there's anything out there that you want to do, go for it, bro. You never know till you try, and work your fucking ass off. Give it 110%, bro. You're gonna fail, but eventually, you're gonna succeed, bro. Like, it's inevitable. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Peace out. Fucking love you guys.